Back again. Back in the salary.
Okay. No, I know. I'll catch up with you tomorrow after the like I said, I'll come in and that website.
What's your young man here?
Walk through. I mean, I'm on the computer at 4, so
You should ask him.
he can see
Young man, what's your name? My name is Mike, by the way.
Nathan Rose.
What is it?
Nathan Rose.
Nice to meet you, Nathan.
Yeah.
So what you joining us for, Nathan?
For Boy Scouts.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
What troop are you in?
369.
369? What level are you at?
I'm at Star on this life.
Is that right? Impressive. Ooh. That's why they gave you the pen, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mandy's got a customer, so I don't know if you need her or.
We can talk about stuff when Mandy gets in here. She'll probably even go into more detail. She's doing an awful lot of work. She keeps me busy.
What do you call this, Georgianne or Alan?
Rec department, recreation.
Summer camp.
She's summer camp.
No, that one is for that budget for a rec department. It's the bouncy house can be used for the festival.
Okay.
It's in her budget.
Well, here's another mystery. Bounce house trip?
I think I know what that is. Huh?
What are you gonna call this? Trip?
No, bouncy house. It's the inflatable houses.
For the summer festival, but it's,
Yeah.
that's the bouncy house itself. Yep, bouncy house.
I think I'll let Dan explain that, but I think that is
Two
for
of them.
a lock system for something for
Yeah,
the
I'm sure.
Jaws. I think it
But
is.
it should be.
Yeah.
I know how it's called that. Strike that from the record, please.
You didn't hear that.
Okay, so what do we?
That's two of them that we have.
Two, and these mine I go through.
These
Okay.
haven't been
Signed by me yet. so-
signed by you yet.
Yeah, we'll leave it like that. That's good.
So,
Okay.
something I can talk about I had a response from the house on Varney Street, the barn.
Yep.
I had some concerns about the debris laying off there. It's kind of, I find it to be a dangerous situation because, you know, if you have kids running around through the neighborhood, as I was a kid, I ran through everybody's yard. There's windows with glass broken in it. It's a safety hazard. Not only that, but there's a big hole in the ground now. You know, for a smaller, a toddler to get down there, it won't be able to get back. I think it's, anyway, in my long travels to try and get a hold of third party, which is the mortgage holder, which is Caliber Home Loans. And I wrote her an email, in fact, because we're on there, I'll read it out loud. Okay, so I was inquiring for some information regarding the property. The town is working with the owners to tear down the barn, and after talking with the residents, it appears that the work on the barn will not be completed as they are moving on the first week of August. My interest is in the town still having the safety hazard at the property and who's going to be responsible for the hazard if the residents are leaving. I didn't know if you knew about this. So I got a response from, I'm going to butcher her name, just so you know, Alma Shalusky, with no S. So she writes, "Hi Mike, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I have forwarded this for review and keyword action."
Okay. So we'll wait, see where they come.
Yeah, we'll wait for the next row.
Okay. You're on.
Okay, well, it's Mike and I together.
You're both on.
We don't have,
Left, right. Oh, wait a minute.
I don't have an extreme amount of information for you on this topic. I just wanted to give you the preliminaries of what we've been looking at.
Oh, is this all one page? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You know, we had concerns were brought to us about the medical marijuana festival, as well as what is happening with whatever building. Is it going up or is it just selling?
Almost finished.
The new construction.
Yeah.
So I reached out to the state just to basically have, the top page is an email from Marietta. She's the program manager for the licensing division. She tells you right there, Division of Licensing and Regulatory Services for Medical Marijuana, Behavioral Health, and Substance Abuse. I just asked her to clear up some things for us. Basically what the difference between a caregiver and a dispensary is. And if she had any suggestions for municipalities without a police force regarding the regulation of that, the new medical marijuana law. Everything I have is right in this email. She pointed us to York. I haven't had a second to really dive into it. It's not something that I intend to get on the November ballot because I think it requires some extensive research, which I wouldn't be able to do accurately enough to feel comfortable about placing on a November ballot, but I just wanted to give this to you guys. You know, we are looking at this and we do want to, Mike and I, put something into effect, but probably it will be for the following election.
Otherwise, the town has no control at all, and that might not be a safe path to go down.
Would it be wise to do a moratorium on this November until it's figured out?
We should work on it. It's a tough one because
Moratorium
we're
till
working
June.
with the state right now too
Yes.
as well. So we're waiting to get answers back from the state, definitive answers that we can tread on.
Yep.
Yeah, what can we put a moratorium on? Good question. Because if the state's just gonna override it, doesn't matter.
I'm sure the state has been dealing, I think Mandy had said it earlier, the
Well,
state
that's
has
why
been
I-
dealing with other towns that have concerns as well.
That's why I asked Marietta if she knew of any other municipalities who were handling this well, basically. And she pointed me. She said the city of York has enacted some ordinances which can be found on their website which govern the caregivers in their municipality. This is coming from the state level. She's directing me towards the city of York. So I did peek at it. I didn't go crazy with it because I do have a lot of other things that I would like on this November ballot, and this is a massive undertaking in its own, and I really think that it deserves the time and dedication that I can't give it right now. I don't want to just throw something on a ballot that's not going to really help our town. I want to look at it. I want to look at working with the state police. I mean, it's a state law now, medical marijuana. So I really want to pull the state resources, have them explain this to us, and what they think is the best way for us to handle it.
Exactly, those are the exact words. To help us understand how we can work with those now.
So, but this is very preliminary. I just wanted to let you guys know. I did hear concerns come from the town. We are working on the concerns that are coming from the town. And this is where we are right now.
I did get
It's a
some
long
information
process,
from caregiver, and it's first-hand seen the licensing certificates, not licensing.
It's certificate. If it's
Certificate.
not
Licensing is for
dispensary.
dispensaries. Certificates, and everything is regulated. And I can go through the whole thing, but and the caregiver that I talked to, I don't know all of them. I think there's 3 in town. One I know. And
Caregivers.
Caregivers. I'm sorry. Yeah. And everything he has shown me is in the books.
Right.
It's a lot of reading.
Yeah.
So, again, Mandy working with the state, me and Mandy working with the state further.
Yep.
This is brand new. I mean,
It's just brand new to the
Yeah.
state.
Yep.
So
Yep.
what's and you continue working on it, because if it goes recreational, shazam!
And we've got nothing.
And we would lose all control of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't see how a town can do that.
I'm glad you guys are looking into it because there is a lot. It's changing all the time.
It is. And there's been some attention drawn to it in this town, specifically. With
And that definitely warrants investigation.
Right.
But at the same time, you're doing due diligence. You guys are doing it the right way. You can't tread on somebody else's rights just because people are squawking either. So.
No.
Exactly.
No, absolutely not. And I haven't seen anything to my knowledge. Of course, I haven't, like I said, done extensive research on this, but I haven't seen anything that has put anyone outside of the state law.
Good.
So moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah, do you...
Go ahead.
I just have a couple things to say to you guys before I get out of your hair. That was one of them. I put a folder for ordinance and amendments in your boxes because I figured that was going to help you keep everything that I've thrown at you in one place. I don't know if you need copies of everything that I have proposed to you for this November ballot. If you're missing anything, if you need additional copies of those to keep in that folder. But what I really want to do at this point is have all of us at some point look over each ordinance. I want you to cross things out. I want you to tell me what you don't like, what you do like, and I want to get approvals to get these sent to the printer for a ballot.
Maybe it might be a good idea to have a special workshop between the Board of Selectmen, Mandy and myself. In public, it's an open meeting.
Yeah.
Schedule a workshop.
that.
Yeah, because you have a lot of things that you've thrown at us
Right.
Yeah.
that
And we need to sit down
even
and...
according to these emails changing, so we don't have anything solid. I don't have anything solid in front of me right now.
Right.
Yeah, you've thrown a lot of stuff at me, but that would work. Let's go through what you're trying to say and put it down in front of us and go from there.
then work on revisions so that I can get it all organized. I really want to do that. So if we could get me before I leave here today on the schedule for some time in the future to sit down and work on that, I would love it.
Your ballot needs to go out to be printed September 15th-ish, whatever.
No.
When?
It's on my calendar. Sometime in October.
Okay.
So I have...
So you got time.
Yeah. But I still want to...
Yeah, we need to get it finalized.
Yeah, it may not happen in one meeting either.
No, and if you're dealing with anything monetary, the budget committee has to convene to vote.
Back up. The amendments that I'm doing for the purpose of the fee schedule, we are not discussing fees. Increasing, decreasing, or otherwise. We're just talking removing them from the ordinance. So is that something that budget committee needs to...
It would be a great offering to them. Keep them in the loop. Because eventually there has to be a fee schedule produced.
Well, right,
Get
and
the
that
ordinance
would
first.
definitely be a budget committee
And we need to
involved.
still talk about possibly tearing out one of these walls, and we need to finalize what that is.
Which
So they
is
will
budget
have to
committee.
convene for that.
So we
So we could throw questions at them if they
Yeah.
don't feel, the more input
Yeah.
you have from the different committees, from the select
Absolutely,
board,
yeah.
the better.
The more heads,
Yeah.
the better. Yeah.
So, okay, before I leave, we'll figure that out. Good, because Mike's here, so he's going to be around it. The other thing is the public hearing for the November election. I really want to try and get that scheduled so that I was thinking October 20th. I spoke with Mike. He said that he'd be okay to attend.
What day's that?
Probably a Tuesday, I think, because it'd be 2 Tuesdays that September. Thank you. October. Yeah.
Thursday.
Yep.
So everyone is okay with?
Works for me.
We're good with that. So I'm gonna call the school, make sure that we can have the space, and then I want to get public notice out ASAP, continuously, just bombard them with it. I mentioned that, and I gave you the. So the other piece of paper that I gave you was questions. It was from a couple weeks ago because Royce was missing, so I didn't want to bring it to you when he wasn't here last week.
Yeah.
Because he specifically asked to get copies of anything that I got from legal on the questions I left that last meeting we were together.
Yep.
So that's the second part of it. As far as you had asked, Ben, licensing business fees, right?
Yep.
About the size of a business. He puts in the last part, he would say something like, the fee which shall not exceed the town's reasonable cost of administering and enforcing this ordinance, which I like. That solves your problem, basically. That says, he goes on to say, if that is the number of employees or customers, those factors can be considered, but basically that's going to say that I can't charge a small business some crazy amount licensing fee.
It leaves the discretion up to the select board.
Right, as to what reasonable they determine.
Besides, the parking lot isn't that big if you want a big enough fee.
So that's everything I wanted to present to you today. I will leave it with you.
Thanks, Mandy.
Is that also my copy
The first two,
for legal?
yeah, the first 2 pages you got, the second one was with the legal stuff.
Okay.
I highlighted them.
And that's as it came in?
Right there, yep.
Okay.
Okay, I'm leaving you guys.
Can we have public participation before you leave?
I want to thank the board and Mandy for approving a new mass gathering permit. Okay, it doesn't have a fee schedule to it right now. Again, something we're working on for later on down the road. The application for the beverages needs to be signed. I got that today. And we're going to be doing, me and Ben, and you're invited too, because you were
Dan,
involved.
Dan.
With, I mean, Dan, yeah. On the first initial visit with, I forget the name, Keller's, is it? Zellers. We have an inspection on Thursday at 4 o'clock over there. Make sure that everything that they said would be in place is indeed in place. So this is the, I'll leave one here for the board.
After you get done with that, could you, since you're going to be there, I'm going to leave it on your shoulders, email all 3 of us, let us know your findings.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Because I'm not going to attend that, so.
Okay, sure. So anyway, when you get a chance to approve that, it takes 4 signatures, mine, so I'm going to inspect it, and the 3 board of selectmen. Thanks, Mandy.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
There's been a request for public participation. You guys okay with that?
Oh, yeah.
Second from the board. Want somebody on the board? I'm okay with it. Got a question?
Yes. I just wanted to ask you, with regards to the medical marijuana, your concerns have echoed my own regarding if there is nothing in place and the state decides to allow recreational marijuana. I just wanted to double check if your concerns are the same as my own, that anybody that was operating a medical marijuana facility, if the state should